WEEI Late Night, streaming everywhere on the Odyssey app.
Hey, Malcolm, you just mentioned things working out with you coming back here. When you left in the 2018 offseason, did you ever expect that you would come back to New England? And how does this sort of like wrap up where you are at this point in your career, making this return to New England, and how would you recap this whole journey from leaving New England and now coming back?
I didn't expect to come back to New England, but I always, had respect for the New England Patriots, Mr. Kraft, John DeCraft, Bill Belichick, and one thing I learned, man, you never burn your bridges down. You handle situations as a man and as a grown-up, and if I didn't do that, I don't think I had an opportunity to come back here. So I'm pretty sure I made a good decision by acting like a grown man.
Late night WEEI, it's KJ. Thank you so much for being part of the show. 617-779-7937. Text line is 37937. Comments welcome anytime. That's Malcolm Butler saying, look, I didn't think I would be coming back here. He didn't say he didn't want to come back here. Just didn't think he would come back here. And he said something very key. He said, that's why you never burn down bridges. Just a term you hear all the time. Never want to burn a bridge. But do you ever really care if a bridge is burned over something personal? Right? Like, think about it. Someone slay your dog, kill your cat, whatever. It's just hypothetical. But when it's personal, you don't care if that bridge burns by gasoline, kerosene, natural oil, heating gas. It doesn't matter. Burn it all down because it's personal. Really, the statement, you never want to burn bridges, has to do with the professional side. And that's why I think the mystery of Malcolm Butler and what happened at the Super Bowl and why he was benched is kind of solved in some parsed words. I'll get to more of that here in a couple minutes. See, what he didn't expect was a level of understanding, nothing about a forgiveness, understanding. So that tells me people have understandings better about a personal situation that you have than if you've done business the incorrect way. Now, there have been so many rumors floating about of what happened that night. I'd always said something personal happened with Malcolm Butler that would have not allowed him to be on the field to professionally do his job. And because Belichick never said anything, or because he was flippant about it, or just nonchalant about it, it added to the mystery of it. Like, why would this guy miss the biggest game of the year after what he had just done the previous year in said big game? Belichick was looking out for him personally. And what that personally is, it doesn't matter. But Bill, who just turned 70 on Saturday, is at that point in his life where if there's some people he cares about, and we joke about it and we talk about it here, about his coaching staff, he just may do it with players as well. And I think this is Malcolm Butler's story. All right, still to come, we'll talk about Kaepernick's comments about coming back, Baker Mayfield as well, and his thoughts and some of the things being said about where he may land. That's in about 5 minutes here on Late Night. Plus a wide receiver or two that might be available on draft day for the Patriots. There's a lot happening in the NFL. Here's Malcolm Butler saying, look, Bill and I had to talk about some things, but it's not the things you think it may be.
Hey, Malcolm, football as well. When it came to returning, how much did you and Bill have to talk about how things ended? And did you guys sort of have to come to any sort of resolution or just, anything like that to come back here?
No, we just talked about the contract, and he asked me, was I'm locked in? Was I'm all in, ready to play? I told him, yeah, I am. He said, I know you took a year off, and the transition gonna be hard since you took a year off, but I'm up for the challenge. I can take that challenge. I can come in here and work hard and take on any role. So it wasn't much to talk about because I'm here to work.
Yeah. Belichick doesn't seem to be the type to say, if a guy wasn't about his business and was bad for business and went against the code and ethics of the business or went against the leadership of said business, you don't bring that type of person back for a business decision. No, like, what is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So Belichick is not going to put himself in a situation of bringing back a player who's done something detrimental to the team and the business of it. Personal, you may be empathetic. You may have a form of understanding. But at that moment, at that time, you had to play Harry Hardass, let's call it what it is, to get the point across for that person to address whatever is personally going on, to handle it. Right? Because if it was something that was football related, he doesn't get that deal to going to the Titans. He doesn't go there. I mean, when you're an undrafted guy and you do wrong in a situation where you virtually have no cover, I mean, we're talking about a guy out of West Alabama. They're not making phone calls on your behalf. Who do you go play for? Vrabel, which means part of business. Vrabel's not going to take him because you're like, hey, well, I understand how you could do. I can understand how you go afoul with business with those guys. Trust me. You know, I almost burned a bridge, but hey, you've got a home here. No. There's a genuine care for the player. Even you just heard Malcolm Butler say, Bill asked me, am I ready? Am I honed in? Are you 100 in now that you've sat out a year, got to spend time with your family, focus on personal stuff? Yeah. So, to put it in a sentence, Malcolm Butler was benched in the Super Bowl for a personal reason, period. Now it doesn't matter what that personal reason is because everybody was wondering, like, is it business? Nick, you've heard some of the conspiracy theories, have you not?
Some of them. I think I've heard all of them.
Yeah, well, I started tuning them out because, sometimes you just get a read and tell on things, right? It's not like Albert Hainsworth, who wasn't about business, and you're like, you can go, buddy. I don't care how much I'm paying. Bye. This is a guy who I believe that Bill has a special care for and always wondered how he was doing personally. And Malcolm says, yes, I'm ready. And they need all the help they can in that secondary this year, that's for sure.